Of Pretoria and joins us for an update on traffic volumes. Patricia, thanks very much indeed for joining us. Where are you exactly and what are the traffic volumes looking like at this time?
Well, good afternoon, Peter, and to our viewers. I'm sure if you can look at those visuals, it does speak for itself. Traffic volumes have substantially swollen up, have picked up here on the N1 North. We are at the Murray Hill off-ramp north of Pretoria, and you can see how, of course, thousands of motorists are actually embarking on their journeys, most of them traveling between Gauteng and Limpopo. So, of course, law enforcement on high alert as they try to, of course, create high police visibility as a lot of holiday makers, and of course, as we know, this time of the year as well, thousands of the ZCC members are also embarking on their annual pilgrimage. So that contributes to the high traffic volumes here. And as I said, police, of course, doing their stop and search operations to make sure that the motorists adhere to the rules of the road, that to also make sure that they travel with road-worthy vehicles, and that they also have no other legal products or items in their car. So it's not just about safety on the road, but it's also to make sure that people are not, committing a cross-provincial crime, as we know that that's actually how they also pick up such activities that are taking place. So let's speak to the Metro Police here in Tshwane, and they can maybe just give us a breakdown of how many vehicles are actually passing now by.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. We counted between 3 and 4, about 2,200 vehicles that has passed at that particular toll gate. So it's a lot, but we are expecting that it could be more. Remember, most of the people, they'll be coming still. Some, they are still at work. It might be that around about 5, 6, it might pick it up. We are expecting it might clock around 2.8, the vehicles that will be passing there per hour. It happened in the past, and we're still expecting that. But from the departmental side, we as police, or we as TMPD, we are ready. We have deployed our Metro Police officers in all the main roads. It's not only this one here at N1 in Murray Hill. There are other main roads as well. I'm talking about your Moloto Road, your N4, your Mabopan Highway. Those roads, as I came here, they were so hectic, it's so busy. You could see that most of the people are flocking, most of them, but they are coming this particular direction.
Since this morning, how many accidents have been recorded, if any? Obviously, we know that we all woke up to that shocking accident at Kranskop where 10 lives were claimed, sadly. So are there any others that perhaps were recorded?
In the area of Tshwane, I'll speak only about the area jurisdiction of Tshwane. We did not record any fatalities since this morning. We are hoping to keep it this way until Monday. That's why we are saying that is the aim of the TMPD, for us to be here to make sure that we reduce the number of accidents. We are targeting the last year's period compared to this one. We want to make sure that we reduce that particular number. But it's not only that, we are still warning the pedestrians that are still walking around the freeways. I can safely say that since yesterday up until now, we arrested about 34 pedestrians that were moving along the freeways. They are not wanted, they are a source of danger. And we've been saying this to the community to say we don't need pedestrians on our freeways. They are being killed day and night. So we are saying those who will find them in our roads, we are going to arrest those pedestrians. But it's not only them, even the motorists themselves. They should make sure that they are not supposed to drive these vehicles while they are drunk. They are not supposed to speed. And the vehicles themselves, they have to make sure that always they are in good roadworthy condition. And we are searching these operations here. It's not only for TMPD. We have other role players, other law enforcement agencies that are helping us here. We can stop one vehicle. It will take us about 5 minutes. We check everything for roadworthiness, the driver fitness, and again we search, because we've got SABC here as well. We search those vehicles for any other substances. You know, people they take up opportunity or advantage during this period. They might try to travel with drugs and whatever. So we are searching for those and other dangerous weapons that we might find in those vehicles.
Mr. Mahamba, just lastly, now this of course is an operation that targets the traffic flow on a major road, but we know there's also a lot of activity that happens within the inner cities, the suburbs, the residential areas. In Tshwane, what can we expect?
We are not going to fool ourselves and say the focus is only here. Correctly so. We've got the malls, we've got the residential areas. These people that are driving here are moving out of those houses. They are going to holidays. We have to make sure jointly with the SAPS that we patrol those houses. The malls, people that are still going to the malls, people are being robbed, searched in those particular malls. We are also targeting those areas. Again, there are places of entertainment, your fountains, the Moray Park. Still people are going to those particular parks and they engage in alcohol. From those particular parks, they come back to our roads. Hence we are saying, in those entrances, exits of those particular places of entertainment, you'll find us there having roadblocks just to make sure that we check for people that are still driving under the influence of liquor.
All right, thank you so much there. Senior Superintendent Mr. Isaac Mahamba, he is the spokesperson for the Tshwane Metro Police. So let's turn our attention to the men and women in blue who are part of this operation. And right now I'm joined by Captain K. Makubela. Now the men and women in blue have put their boots on the ground and they're leaving no stone unturned. Tell us more about your role in these Easter road safety campaigns, but also to make sure that law and order prevails.
Yes, thank you very much. Indeed, since 4 o'clock this morning, police have been on the ground. They've been in all the streets of Gauteng, led by the MEC of Community Safety as well as the Provincial Commissioner, Lieutenant General Elias Mawela. We have already arrested more than 200 suspects for various cases who are committing crimes in and around Gauteng. And of course, just where we are now, we have already impounded one vehicle which is found that it is tempered with the VIN numbers, and of which the vehicle is a Polo white in color which had 4 VIN numbers. And now the police have to impound that vehicle and make sure that that particular man is being arrested.
And this adds to my remarks earlier that it's not just about road safety. Operations such as these expose a whole lot of bigger networks, crime syndicates that are actually using the major roads to transport their so-called criminal activities across the border, across the provinces, isn't it?
That's why we are conducting these roadblocks in all the roads which are going out of Gauteng and which are coming in Gauteng. And we make sure that those vehicles which are coming in, they are searched. And if we found that there are illegal things which are coming in and which are going out, those people will be arrested, and we'll make sure we search all those vehicles thoroughly and make sure that the people who are committing crime are arrested.
Tell us about some of the hot spots in and around Gauteng, because that remains a major hot spot, in particular this time of the year. Where are some of the hot spots that the police will really be focusing on?
As we are here, we believe these are the areas where people will go out to the borders, and also the roads to N4, which is going to Mpumalanga, and the N3, which is going to Durban, and the one which is also going to Free State and Lesotho. So those are the roads which we are going to close. However, we've got areas inside our towns and cities which we are concentrating on in terms of tracing the people who are dealing with drugs and the people who are dealing with fake goods. Already this morning in Gauteng, we have already confiscated goods which are fake, worth millions of rands, and of which that is a achievement in terms of these hotspots which we have identified during these Easter holidays.
All right, thank you so much. We'll have to leave it at that. Captain K. Makubela speaking for the Gauteng police here, just talking about some of the successes the police have made in the operations that they have been involved in since yesterday, to be specific, where they've intensified some of their actions, saying that that will be the order throughout the Easter weekend, and that will be countrywide. Of course, here in Gauteng, we can already see the operations at all the major roads and the major ports of entry, where we see the multi-operations that are taking place between the police, the Metro Police, intelligence, everybody on the ground, trying to make sure that South Africans have a safe Easter weekend and they arrive safe at their various destinations. So we'll keep you more updated in terms of what is happening here on the ground. It seems like they've now opened the road to again allow traffic to flow smoothly. So we'll bring you more updates later in the program. Peter?
Patricia, thanks very much indeed. That's Patricia Visagie at Murray Hill, just north of Pretoria. Of course, one of the main arterials going to the northern part of the country, and we'll see lots more traffic picking up there. Already a number of cars on the roads, and traffic authorities busy making sure that everybody remains safe.